Everyone. Is everyone okay? Good. Yes. Thank you. Okay, cool, man. There's a lot of you guys in here. Awesome. All right, I bet you're wondering what's gonna happen tonight. What is he up to, Mr. Game Night? First of all, thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much for being a part of the Bodyhood Brawl League. It has been quite the journey from the start of this tournament to where we are now. 11 matches. I gotta say, I did not expect 11 matches to be that. Oh, what? Yes, mute me if you're on chat. Exactly. I did not expect the 11 matches to drag on like this, or the amount of things we had to do to accommodate for the problems that actually arose. But it's all good. We actually, I think we made it work somewhat, but the largest issue, as I see it right now with the Bodyhood Brawl League, is the disconnects and the let's call it imbalance in PvP, which really tears people's motivation apart, and that's what I'm gonna do something about. So I am going to announce that the Bodyhood Brawl League 2, Season 2, will continue, but we are going to cut the second league. Everyone is silent. You can comment. You can comment if you want.
So, how will we know how we are fighting and what? Who's are going to
the elimination.
Eliminations.
Yes, good question, Abaddon. Because I've already thought about it, and we said that the top 6 in each of the divisions would go on into the elimination round right away. They would be promised a spot, and then had to play 11 matches against each other, tearing each other apart, disconnecting over and over, and being just a bit annoyed by that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take the current score that people have, and we're going to put them up next to each other. And then we're going to see what the top 16 is, or the 16 people. So top 6 in each of the divisions, and the bottom, the 2 that comes after. So 1 through 6, and then 7, 8 goes on to the elimination. And I've made it easy because I've already made this. Can you guys see? Can I zoom in? There. Here we go. Larger? Yeah, I've already made the list. So I'm going to reveal the names, and then we're going to put them into the elimination round, and then you'll know who you're going to fight. So I don't know, how do people feel okay with this? Is it weird? Is it annoying? What do you think?
So basically we're cutting the second group phase and go straight into eliminations now.
Completely, yes.
Right, that's, I mean, for me personally, I like it because that means that I don't have to torture myself with my broken warband for as long anymore.
Exactly.
And I feel like a lot of people have the same issues. But
yes.
It's maybe a bit annoying for people who actually build for the long run. Be a bit annoying for them. But yeah, then again, you still have elimination, which is quite long, so.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. For some of us that are actually in a spot there where we'd actually like a few turns to lick our wounds a bit, this actually puts guys like me in the bottom end of the heap at a real
I have exactly 2 henchmen left that are not limited 1 or lower. So
It,
yeah.
indeed, indeed, and I get it. The main reason for this is I feel that the format has failed a bit. The format has failed because the game has failed. The game is tearing people apart, their motivation in this, with the constant disconnects, the constant desyncs. And it's becoming the biggest issue in this league. It's one of the things that people are getting really annoyed by. It's dragging the one match on for maybe 2 weeks, because you can play for 1.5 hours and it can desync at the final moment. Some of you guys have actually done that. And instead of being able to just say, okay, the game was this is a fair outcome of the game, you have to replay it. And then it can happen again and again. And you can't really do anything about it. So it's just getting really annoying for people. It's tearing the motivation apart. And I feel we can do better. We can do better in BBL3. But I don't wanna say BBL2 is just let's dump it in the bin and say it wasn't a thing. We're gonna make this until the end. And to do that, to eliminate some of the grievances that it is actually causing in the community, and for people that are actually playing the league, I feel that we need to reduce the amount of matches and go straight to elimination. This could have been the way that I had imagined it from the get-go anyway. I don't feel there's anyone at the top 6 that is terribly hurt by this. I feel it's not giving the bottom 4 any chance. I know. And I apologize for that. Definitely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reveal the top 16 it will be. Based on the points that people have gotten, and this will be the guys that go into the elimination round. So, top 1, number 1, I think you know who the top is. I think everyone can call this. Karen with 82 points. Second. Now this is probably, I don't know if people can guess the second one, or if you've checked out the numbers, of course. But the second one overall is True Seeing. Congrats, buddy. There we go. And then the third one is Kitten Paw with 1 point off. I was close. The fourth one is Hole Poker with 65 points. Then we have Chris Cardiac with 63. This is going to be the seed that you receive, and we're going to do it so that top 1, seed 1, is facing seed 16. And this, I think it's the same that happens in most elimination matches, but I'm not entirely sure. But that is what I've chosen anyway. Number 6 is Rirorin. He is actually tied with my good buddy. Oh, there we go. Good buddy Rarator. But he has 8 wins. Rarator has 7. And they actually have a couple more of these. The casualties for and casualties against is different as well. So you have the difference there, and the 8th win, the extra win, puts Rirorin at top at seed 6. Then we have V3.1. You go in at seed 8. Then we have seed 9. Doc is the one there. Then we have 10. Abaddon. Awesome. And Game Night at 11. Yay! I actually made it on. Very happy about that. Then we have at 12, Aner. You get a spot as well. Then we have at 13, Carol. Carol, you get a spot as well. And Dig, you're gonna get a spot. It's gonna be probably a rough fight for you guys, but at least you have a chance here. And Morjax is the 15th. And then we have at the bottom, Ragnarokkus. You get a spot as well, buddy.
I actually made it.
Yes, you did. You made the cut.
I get to fight Karen again.
You get to fight Karen. Yeah.
The second time in a row.
So that should be interesting. So what we could say was that everyone that are bottom 4, because they are the guys that are at the lowest value, could go for an extra PvE, 2 PvEs. I don't know if we should give these guys an extra chance, because they will be facing the top of the litter. Yeah. That might be a way to do it, just to give people a fighting chance. Sort of a fighting chance, maybe. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, yeah. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna make work. And let's go into the structure here. Let me remove this. Delete league. And then the elimination round. So what I'm thinking for BBL3, and the rules are still a work in progress. So I'm not gonna reveal all of the rules right now. I'm still debating back and forth with you guys and with my my mods what we're actually gonna do, how we're gonna set up the third one, so we can avoid some of the more annoying things that's been bugging me with BBL2. Hopefully we can eliminate some of that. One of the things that will be the key element in BBL3, here we go, it is every PvP match will be exhibition. There will be no PvP matches where you can actually lose anything, but your placement in the league. Reactions. I'm waiting for chat because chat is delayed a bit. But you guys, yeah?
It's Karen speaking. I would have expected it to keep being contests. That was kind of the flair of the BBL.
Indeed, and I mean, it is, and the problem is just that it really tears people up with all the desyncs, all the disconnects, and it's getting too much. And we can stop some of that from actually becoming an issue with, let's say, the match where it's replayed twice because it ends up being a desync in the final round. It was a win for the guy, but unfortunately, it was a desync, so the game locks up and you can't do anything. You need to reload and you need to replay for 3 hours. I mean, it's just too much. We can eliminate some of that with the exhibition. Exhibition is less likely to desync as well. That's another thing in it. Because Kid and Paul, we're gonna still do the progression in it. So when you meet a warband, it's not just gonna be this warband has this and he had that 10 fights ago as well. So you're still gonna have progression in PvE, and every match will be different from when you face your opponents.
It also would eliminate the problem with the whole PvE against PvP balance. Like, how many matches do you get for lost PvP or for one PvP? Because
exactly.
you could just give everyone just do a PvP, do a PvE, do a PvP, do a PvE, and it's completely balanced that way.
Yeah. So I mean,
a lot more accessible.
Yeah, or you could reward people for actually winning instead of rewarding people for losing, because you get 2 PvE when you lose, and it just adds so many issues that I had to make a lot of rulings during the league that shouldn't be necessary, but it just happened because it opens up for some cheating, for some pretty lousy tactics. If you get 2 for losing, and you can see with your position on the league that if you lose the next match, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. So I get 2 PvE matches so I can boost my warband up for losing. It's pretty terrible.
Hang on. Boost your matches up by your warband up by losing. I'd hate to remind you guys that losses still happen. It's hard to replace a level 8 character with a level 1 if it's killed.
You don't bring him.
Or
that's what we did. You don't bring your main crew if you're not planning on winning. You just bring your backup and claim their training or something, because who can prove you otherwise?
And it's also much more beneficial in the beginning to lose, because if you lose a level 0 guy, you can just replace him easily, but you get an extra PvE, and you get much more out of that.
And that was a direct need of the game, because the game is terribly made for PvP, and we need to offset that. And I can't offset it by ruling. I can't offset it by giving extra PvE matches, because it creates other issues. It's a spiral, and I don't want that. That's not the idea.
Can I say something?
Yes, you can, Carol.
For me, there is no real solution to make it really fair and competitive for everyone. It's a meta situation, and we just have to choose another rule set for the game to basically be fun for everyone, because the league's sole reason for it existing is basically to have fun.
Exactly.
For everyone.
Exactly. I agree completely with that.
So there are a couple solutions, and we're just every league jumping to another solution. It keeps the game fresh. It keeps ways of cheating different, and everyone is happy. GG.
Yeah, Rang?
How about just not cheating in first place? We don't need that.
No, I mean,
I feel that the way Game Night's supposing would work a lot better as well, because let's face it, there is a massive power discrepancy in the league in terms of playout. How good certain players are compared to others. Like, I would consider myself in the lower league at this point as well, because I made a lot of mistakes by building up my warband, so did a lot of other people. Some people are just unlucky, that happens.
Yeah.
But it's this way. It's not as punishing. You don't have to play. For example, my last match against Karen was basically just all about, okay, how do I lose as little as possible with this? How do I not kill anyone by losing this? Because I can't win anymore at that point.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Karen speaking. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Ragnarokus, of course, and I think that if anything, with the level 10 tournament players coming into the BBL for the first time here, I think at least hopefully we are getting people to practice a little bit more and a little bit more about the game. But I had another question for Game Night here, because you talked about being rewarding winning, and also ties into what Carol says about fun. Do you have any ideas for how to make some fun twists and spins to this kind of format that you're proposing, to make it interesting to win and make it more fun so it doesn't become stale?
Yeah, right now the first thing I was thinking about was turning the reward for winning into actually a reward, so you get an extra PvE match. It could be that you could choose one of those PvE matches at a higher difficulty if you wanted to, then others are actually allowed to if it's just one match. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do it yet, but I don't want... Yeah, and I don't want to spread the power too much, and 2 PvE matches might be too much. Because people like Karen, Truseeing, Kiddenpaw, myself if I don't play Skaven, to be honest, Rarator, lots of these guys will be able to just take on deadlies, 2 deadlies, and just tear them apart. With no issue, no losing, and other people will struggle dealing with just the normal matches, losing people. That is, of course, a skill thing, and it will show in the different matches, but I think people need to be rewarded for actually winning, instead of us pulling everything down a notch.
Actually, I want to add something to this.
Yeah, Carol?
If someone is really willing to have the opposite of the league, so a very skill-based and a very lose everything or win everything situation, then we're not the place to really do that. And there is actually a place that does that, and it's the main Mordheim community on Steam, and they are doing the huge, very difficult and extreme really matches, and it's where people should go, but new people nightly bodyhood.
Einar says it's a really nice thing not having the crippling issue, but it's not as tense anymore, I think. I'd like the idea of small groups which change constantly, maybe after 4 games, evening out much more often. Yeah, I get that the PvP won't be as tense because you don't basically have anything to lose other than your points. Remember that the entire league is still based off you getting a good position in the score. You're gonna get points for taking people out of action. You're gonna get points for winning. And if you don't win, well, you're not gonna end up with bonus missions, or it could be rewarded a higher difficulty. So people like Karen would definitely go for winning because he wants the points. He wants the higher difficulty. He wants the extra PvP or whatever it's going to be. So I think there's still a tense issue, even if you take away losing and getting crippled, because PvP matches, contest matches, are so much more terrible for every warband. Everyone loses so many people.
And actually not losing anyone makes the game change. It really would allow some tactics that we weren't using before, like maxing your morale and do a squad of kamikaze, where you're not going to rout, it's just making your enemy rout.
Can I bring something in Game Night?
Yes, Karen?
I did post a talk with Paul Poker, Rioran, and Kiddenpaw about this a little bit with the possible rewards, and you can tie it into this system.
Yeah.
You're saying about extra PVs, but I think that maybe you shouldn't have something that's an instant reward after every single game. Maybe you should have it as a ladder. So the higher up you get a certain, so you get different rewards. And I think PvE should probably the biggest reward because it's kind of a big thing.
It's a huge thing. Extra PvE missions, insane.
But if you focus more on, we had this idea of maybe you get an extra veteran point and you start with less veteran points to begin with. And also that you tie it into the playoffs, because the playoffs is actually the big thing of the tournament. So you get a better seeding, maybe you can choose your opponent, different kind of things you can work in there. Maybe you can have it so that the top player you have all of the 16 players for playoffs. The 16 player plays themselves down on the bracket, and the 15th player does as well, and then the last few guys, they get to switch things around a little bit. There are lots of different things you can do about this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of things we can do, and I would really love to receive ideas like this, because this is a community-driven league. This is made by you guys. You made all these 11 matches that we played, which is, I mean, it's still what is it in total? You said it was 132 matches. I mean, that's a lot of Mordheim, and we've learned a lot from how we can manage this a bit better, because what we did, how it's been working, it wasn't good enough. For me, it wasn't good enough. I'm not saying that everyone should be accommodated here. That's not what I'm saying. People will lose. It's a tournament. That's okay. But we need to balance things out a bit. It's not like in football, for instance. I mean, you don't have anyone dying, well, sometimes. But that's not the regular thing in football. There you have better players. You have some advantages with people being injured, like you have here. But you don't lose your entire warband because you face off against Karen. But you do that here. So that was my idea with that. So that is one of the things that is set in stone. That's how I'm going to do it with BBL3. So now you can start thinking about if you want to be a part of that. If you don't, well, that's okay. Because I get it. I get that it's a change, but the BBL, I see it as a living creature. It's evolving all the time, and I'm really, really proud of what we've done so far. So I hope you guys will be a part of it. And until then, send me your ideas for extra rewards. It could be extra veteran point. It could be choice of extra next map. It could be you get to ban a map, or I don't know.
I think we could actually compile the ideas and make like a voting on it and see which ideas are the most popular.
We could do that, yeah.
And treat the wins as a sort of a point. Like you can gather like three wins in a row, and instead of smaller rewards, go for something big. Like maybe even play the first campaign mission for like 3 wins.
Oh no.
And I would say that having PvP, having extra PvEs should also be, because you have one should also be banned, because then you take a leapfrog forward experience-wise with your players, and you will just get easier and easier and easier time to steamroll everyone, so that if you get ahead and get extra PVs, then you steamroll everyone, and you have already been winnings, and then you will just keep getting PVs.
I totally agree, because extra PvE should be, it could be top 3 or top, I'm not sure about the divisions yet, but top 2 in the division could get an extra PvP when we switch to the next league. That could be a thing, because that will make it so that you want to aim for getting the best out of your PvP matches. Because if you don't, you're gonna lose out.
Hang on, I just thought of an idea.
Oh no!
Why not we,
Raven!
why don't we
Hit mute.
take up a pool of points where basically, because I know on some maps, some deployments are not exactly more ideal for others, and let's say, for example, we let the guy who's home pick the map, but if I want to spend points that I've gathered through wins, I can pick the deployment process instead.
Oh, so a win rewards you with like a point pile that you can use to buy a bonus, sort of?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Deployment
right.
option for...
It's going to be a bit hard to manage, but I'll put it in.
I can add something maybe to that. We can keep the deployment randomized, but if then one player decides to like, nope, I'm vetoing this deployment, we can re-roll it, or we can say, oh, no, I want to play this one.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, for me would be my match against Valentine, or V1, what's it called again in the league? V.3.1. That was a random deployment against Sisters, which my ranged warband didn't really like. And in that case, I could have said, right, I won my last two matches, so I'm not going to say, nope, we're not going to do this deployment, we're going to do another one. So that could be a nice little option for people. Like, if you go into a bad deployment, you could say, no, I'm not going to take this one. Or maybe the other player can then also go, no, okay, then we will reroll again, because now this one is not advantageous for me.
I mean, as you know, I'm a huge fan of randomness. Yeah? And it could be, because Mordheim is all about randomness, right? We could make a list of things like extra veteran point, choice of next map, choice of deployment, because we could make maps random so that you need to pick a random map unless you won the last one and got the choice of next map. So you actually get that advantage for winning a match.
What about two players who won the previous matches then?
Two players that won their previous matches would each get a bonus for winning. So if it's choice of next map, if they both randomly pick that, it could be they both get to veto a map instead. So like when you then randomize, if you hit that map that you vetoed, we're not going to pick that. We're going to randomize again. And if we hit my map that I vetoed, then we're going to randomize again. You see?
So it's basically getting a map out of the roster of possible resources.
Yeah, exactly. So the reward for winning would be random, and you could have some of the normal rewards, you know, like I don't know. Extra veteran point could fill up 4 points in the randomizer, and extra PvE only fills up 1 point, so that the outcome of winning would yield a extra PvE, but rarely. You see, we could actually scale them, so the rewards. You can get lucky and then you get a really good reward, or you could get unlucky and only get the choice of next map, and you don't care because you don't actually know the maps, but you get to choose the map. Either way.
Can I say something, Game Night?
Yes.
Again. If you do play with random maps, you're gonna introduce a lot more randomness than it seems like, because you're gonna get all of the story missions, and you're gonna get all of the different gameplay that some of the story missions have. For example, in Statue of Count Gotthard, you will have divine spells failing automatically, and arcane spells succeeding automatically. And you can also it in the temple.
No, you will not.
Yes, you will. That's part of the random deployment.
Yes, but we're not gonna use random deployment, random maps.
Yeah, but that's the random maps. That's what I mean. That's only turns up with random maps.
Yeah, but I made this. You guys have been using this the entire league to plan out your mission name. So here you plan out your mission, you roll, and you get the Haunter in Darkness. It's completely random. I can make that for the maps as well. The maps have names, so we know that the Noble Quarter 1 we need to put that into the list. So you won't get any of the Count Goddard statue, anything. So you will only get the random maps.
I'm not opposing it, I'm just saying it's more randomness, because if you do that, you will get it.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I mean, not if you decide it ahead of time with a randomizer like this, but if you use the...
If you use the random in the game. But seriously, we gotta remind ourselves, the game, tournament-wise, PvP-wise, is broken. It does not work. So that's why I'm inventing my own rule set for this, because it doesn't work in game. But I think we can make it work, and I think we can make it even better. By the way, Rand says, roll a dice and see who said they rolled 6s the most. Then that winner gets to pick a map. I'll call 5 6s. What did you ask a question, Kitten Paw? I thought the 2nd division coming up were going to revitalize the player base, having even more competition. That's not the feel I've been getting. That's not at all the feel I've been getting. I've been getting that people have been demoralized, more or less. Also the top guys. The guys at the top are really, really feeling it's terrible that they need to pound their friends into the ground because it's tearing their morale apart. So that's why I felt we need to do something. Equal... Yeah, and Kitten Paw also said, I think having similar equal skilled players playing each other is key to this. I agree, but having similar skilled players is going to be really, really, really hard with... I mean, the community isn't that big. We don't have that many players. So getting that to fit in somehow is going to be quite terrible. So we need to do something else.
I mean, I had that one idea once to have two very small leagues to segregate the players. To have like four player groups that play like 3 matches between each other. And after 2 of those leagues where the best players of the first league get into higher positions in the second one, and the third league would be actually the big league with like 12 or 10 players per group, and actually segregate them via their skill levels.
Yeah, I mean I understand. I completely do, but I just don't feel that's not the idea with the format. I feel you can do that with Karen and Kitten Paw's level 10 or rank 10 fixed warbands. You can do that in a way where it works, but not in this. I don't feel this is made. This is not made for that. Yeah, it's not the idea.
There is we haven't touched, I think. It's the hired swords, special characters.
Can I ask something? I see that you have put in for next higher difficulty choice for next PvE.
Yeah.
How can we check that people play different kinds of PvEs? It sounds to me like it will be very hard to check which difficulty people play.
I agree. I agree. Abaddon, it's one of those things where I just need to put my trust into people not cheating. Because you can cheat in this game easily. You could reload your PvE matches until you get perfect. I can't be there to check everyone. So I need to put my faith in you guys. I need to put my faith in you wanting to do this the proper way, by the rules. So if we choose that this is how it is, and you can't, let's say you can't play any higher than normal for the first 5 PvE matches. I really hope that people will, if they joined the league, that means they agreed to doing this.
You actually can tell. You can calculate the experience that the whole of his warband has, and check if it checks out.
Yeah, that's
so if
true.
Someone is suspicious, he would have to show screenshots of all of his warband and all of his characters, and then we would check if he could possibly, with normal missions, collect so much experience.
Yeah, and I mean that's a way to do it. It's going to be a lot of calculating and pointing fingers, and I would rather trust in you guys. I would rather trust that you pick the deployment, the random deployment that you rolled, you pick the random map you rolled, and not cheat. Because what is this? If we cheat in a multiplayer game, there's no money here. You can't win other than my affection towards you being a bit higher because I think you're a pretty cool guy for winning. I mean, that's what you're gonna get. And if you want to cheat in that, yeah, I think you need to reevaluate your life, pretty much. Yeah, that's it. Rand says, problem with this checking if they cheat matches. There are currently not many who cheat. Hopefully not. If you cheat in a friendly league, Kitten Paw says, yikes, exactly. Been out for a bit. Did we mention dividing players into groups by their available time slots? I did it last time, mostly by countries. I think it's going to be something like that again, but it's going to be switched around. And I mean, we can do it, but I would rather have us as a community stay together. I would rather that we give people some leeway and say, oh, okay, if you need to get up at 3 a.m. on a Friday night to play me, then that is cool. And if you can't do it this week, we'll do it next week because that's okay. It's gonna be hard. If we had a huge community playing Mordheim, I think the last time I checked, there's 130 something playing Mordheim regularly. How many do we have in the Bodyhood? I mean, I think we have probably 50 of those. So, just saying. Karen says, seems like unnecessary. Game Night is right with trust. Where does this cheating idea come from? Have anyone cheated of the current players? It's the possibility that you can cheat, I think, that has been the issue. And people pointing fingers maybe at someone, or wondering how could that be, or having that notion of people maybe cheating, you know? Oh, you got that right combination of mutations. How lucky for you. Huh? I want to cut that down. Now. Completely. No one cheats in my league at all. Like that. Einar is happy with Chris Kodiak. Cool.
Hey, Game Night.
Yes, Karen.
Since you have seen all of the playoff games, do you have an actual layout on the progression, so you know who you're gonna face in your next game and so far?
We will. Let me just 16. This is right, I think. Yes. Single game. Placement. I'm gonna put everyone in live now. I don't know, can I shut down the first league? How do I do that? Save? No.
There's something called validate that you go into.
Oh my god!
I think it's part of structure. maybe. There should be a validate button in the top right corner in some of the...
Yeah, oh, okay. Maybe in... Configure... No. Advanced? No. Matches...
What about matches?
Yeah, I think...
Validate there.
There. Haha! Validated. This will validate all match results of the group and allow participants to move out of the stage. The group will be locked and you will not be able to... Blah, 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 blah. You got the last part right. Alright. Validated. Division 2. Valedictorian. 11 wins, Karen. God dang it. You freaking doodle.
You need to do that for both groups, by the way.
Yes. And this matchup should be right, but we'll just check it to be sure. So I should be facing Riorin. That's right. Kitten Paw Dig. Yes. I think it actually did it on its own. I think it did it on its own. Karen and Ragnarokus. Yeah, I think it did it. Awesome. It's clever. So here you have it, guys. This is going to be the end of BBL2. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed being there if you didn't make it to the elimination rounds. And if you did make it to the elimination rounds, I hope you're still enjoying yourself. Yeah.
Did you say about the way the warbands are going to be chosen?
No, not yet. That's still to be finalized. What, Fenrir? What did you say? BBL2 eliminations are seeded. Yes, indeed. All right, people. So that is it. If you have any questions or any suggestions, any complaints, now's the time. Let me know.
So what happens to the BBL2 now? We'll go straight to eliminations.
You have your opponent hole poker, so you can play your match now and report it on the website. And we're gonna see who ends up with the first and second and third and fourth. So I have Riorin, Kittenpaw has Dig, Rarator has Abaddon, True Seeing is against Mordheim, Chris Cardiac against Einar, Hole Poker against Carol, V31, he needs to place his name there next time. 3.1, Doc, and Karen against Ragnarokus. What is people saying in chat? If as in, I did that while you were talking before you validated the groups. Oh, you did! Oh, Fenrir, you beautiful man. Thank you very much. So yeah, Fenrir put all of it in. Oh, that's the wonder of having some mods. I thought it was tournament. That was really clever. Apparently not. Thank you. So I hope some of you guys will stick around. I'm gonna play my 2 PvE matches that I have left over before I face Riorin on screen, live, here, streaming Mordheim. It's been a while. It's actually been a while since I played Mordheim, so hopefully it'll go fine. But yeah, I will, during the next week or so, probably get the new rules out for you guys. I'm gonna discuss it more with my mods, and you will be able to read them before you actually participate or sign up, because you're in the community.
Hope we can provide some input too. By the way, did you just sign on some extra PVs for certain guys?
Did I? Did I?
No, you didn't say anything concrete. You
no.
suggested it.
I suggested it, but I need to hear you guys what you think, because we could give some extra PvE for the lower tiers, like the bottom 4 or 5, 6 maybe.
I mean, I would take them, but it won't save me.
Exactly. I mean, is it gonna change anything? Do people want it? Is it gonna be making things more unstable? I don't know.
I would say give them the bottom 4, like 2 PvEs.
Yeah.
It's maybe not gonna change much, but maybe they at least put up somewhat of a fight, like something. Anything. Carol
and Morjack still has decent warband, so they can benefit from that.
Carol really has a decent warband, as far as I remember.
I rolled very
so does
well
Einor.
on the mutation table.
So does Einor. Einor, you have a rank 7 impressive. Is that right?
Yes. Oh yes, that one I can vouch for.
Oh my god!
Oh, I have one too.
Oh, shut up! How the freaking hell? Mine is level 1.
Mine's still rank 4 at this point?
Oh my god!
That's something.
I'm so gonna die.
He's all I got left. My meter and my ogre, that's all I have left.
To the
That's
meat
cool.
grinder!
Oh, cool.
To the glue factory!
Einor says, will there be PvEs in between matches? I actually can't remember.
So if you have played up your in your PvEs to level up a new band, then you don't have. Then they will be quite low level right now.
Yeah. Indeed. Let me see. But yeah, I mean, it should still be. I haven't actually thought about that. But I mean, that's a part of the rules, right? If you win, you play a PvE match. 2, yeah. 2 if you lose, but then you're out in the elimination. So yeah, you get 1 PvE match if you win your elimination round, so you can prepare for the next match, build up some XP, train some people, gain some extra gold, stuff like that. So yeah. Missed the note in the admin chat, but he did. What? What? So yeah, bottom 4. So Carol, Dig, Morjax, and Ragnarokers will get an extra PvP before all of this starts. And if you win your round, you of course get an extra PvE. I meant PvE. 1 PvE. 1 PvE. 1 PvE. Or 2.
Oh god.
Should we do 2 or 1? What do you guys think? Should we give them 2?
How about 3
Bottom-
and 4?
bo-
3
I
and
think-
4 get 1, and the last 2 get 2.
Exactly. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do.
Wait, I'm getting 2?
No, you're getting 1.
Oh. I still have chance to get the tomes.
Oh,
The Strike Grimoires.
nice.
The books.
Cool.
I think I would, if I get enough wordstone, I have a chance to get those books, and then, oh god, massacre.
It should be quite interesting to see how these matches turn out. Indeed. So yeah, we're gonna play on and finish this off.
Is there a betting pool?
You can bet if you want. Not a betting man here. Maybe give the PvEs out for every 200 warband rating mission or something like that. Einor. Oh, that's actually a good idea. So what you're saying is, if... Oh, because Dog... Yeah, he lost his leader, didn't he? He lost his leader. But I mean, is 2 PvEs gonna make up for that, basically? He can probably end up with a rank, what? 2 if he really works hard. What is my rating now? My rating is 1580. And seriously, my warband sucks. Yeah, exactly, Kitten Paw. He shouldn't have let him die. I feel we need to keep this going. And if I start giving Doc any extra PvEs, I need to give everyone PvEs, and then it's gonna be quite a roll down the hill. If everyone can agree to give him one, I mean, it's still not gonna change much, is it? We're gonna keep it like this. This is the finalized version, and we're gonna finish up BBL2 in a nice way with a good elimination round here. Hope everyone will enjoy it, even without having their leaders. Yeah, but Einar, what this actually shows is exactly what I pointed out at the beginning, and why this format is broken, completely broken. It just goes to show it is broken, and that is what I want to stick to. So it's Doc is kind of making my point here, that PvP contest is too crippling. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, do subscribe and share it with a friend or two. It really helps out the channel, and to that effect me. If you want to stay in touch with me and get notified about new videos, go follow me on Twitter. You can also visit my Twitch channel where I stream every week. If you're feeling generous, consider subscribing on Twitch or supporting me on Patreon. I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful game night.